Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing with Confidence, sponsored by Online Trading Academy. If you're a first-time listener, thanks for stopping by. I am Josh Lilquist. I do have my good friend and my good pal. He is the one and the only Mr. Al Connickson. Al, how are you doing today?
Once again, I'm feeling great, Josh. How about you?
Feeling great. Are you ready for an action-packed show today?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Al, we've been talking a lot about the stock market and how it's been so volatile this year. Mm-hmm. It has been a roller coaster. I believe that was the comment we talked about last week. And I like to quote my good friend Chris Berman. It is rumbling, bumbling, tumbling this week. We had a market that just tumbled down, just kind of melted down for the week here, especially at the beginning of the week. And there's just huge opportunities as this market has been going down. We've been talking a lot about this U.S. dollar. And we had that demand zone that we had talked about right around the 105 area, 104 area, that it bounced right off of. And it's now nearing, actually just past the highs of the year, and going back to the prices in 2002, Al. And that was actually when you had the 2000.com bubble.
Right.
The U.S. dollar was so strong, which was driving a lot of that stock market drop. And we're just seeing some great volatility with these markets. Gold and silver also down, so that's not really a safe haven anymore. Yeah. What is that safe haven out there? I believe it's actually the dollar-yen currency pair. But let's talk about some of that stuff here today. We have correlations in the market. We have inverse correlations. Stocks have been tumbling. The S&P 500 dropping down, actually below the $4,000 mark here this week. Especially in the beginning of the week, and actually gapped lower on Thursday again. So we're kind of seeing a meltdown again, going back to the bottom. I mean, will we hit the lows of 36, 34 from June of this year? Who knows? But you know what? It's a great opportunity because there are strategies for down markets. And that's a lot of the stuff I want to talk about here today, Al. What's your take on the market? Any big news happening? Any insight on this drop that we've been seeing?
Well, yeah, the drop, we've been concerned about inflation. We've been concerned about a recession for some time. I think more and more people now are talking about a recession being pretty much a sure thing. And along with recessions comes higher unemployment, a slower economy, more than likely things that for most people are not good. But let's remember this, that the market is going to go through these gyrations. We've seen volatility for some time now, and we're going to see it for some time. It's going to continue. Is that a bad thing? Well, if you don't know how to take advantage of it, it is. If you are just following the typical Wall Street portfolio, the Wall Street strategy that most of you probably are, this kind of a market is not good for you. You're not sleeping at night, and if you're not sleeping at night, whatever you're doing probably isn't the right thing for you. So let's look at these markets. The markets are going up, and we're seeing, triple digit. Well, I'm going. Thank you for. Yeah, Josh just said it's going down, but what I'm saying is that it will go up several hundred points a day. It can go down several hundred points. It can go up 1,000 or down 1,000 points. We're seeing these huge gyrations. And people that are just in a buy only, an up market, a one direction strategy or portfolio, you're probably seeing your portfolio get hammered probably since the first of the year. That buy and hold strategy just has not worked the first half of this year. Here's the thing to remember. Regardless of what direction the market is going, there are always opportunities. People look at a down market as something to fear. Maybe they should be on the sidelines, but some of the biggest up days happen during a down market.
Yeah.
Even if the market is crashing, not everything goes down at the same time. Not everything goes up at the same time. I think in these market conditions that we're seeing, what's really important is to be able to be more specific about what you invest in and understand that if you're looking at buying something and you want the price of that asset to go up after you buy it, you have to have the ability to determine the right price to get into that asset. If you're looking at selling, you want to make sure that when you sell, the price doesn't continue to go up, it starts going down. So that sounds easy. How do you do that, though? That's the challenging part, and that's what we do. We handle that challenge by showing you how to identify where buyers and where sellers are. And by buyers and sellers, I'm not talking about me and Josh. I'm talking about people that have billions or trillions of dollars to put into a position.
Why is that important to understand where they're moving the market?
Well, the great thing about it, Josh, is it just gets down to one of the laws of economics that really can't be argued, and that's supply and demand. When there's more demand for something, or in other words, in the market, more buyers, price will go up. It has to go up. When there are more sellers than buyers, that's supply, price goes down. So we really concentrate on that relationship. It's the relationship between supply and demand. When that is out of balance, that's where the great opportunities lie. What we're really looking for are turning points. When something is going down, unless it is a company that's going bankrupt, at some point in time it will stop going down and start going up. That's where you want to be active, and that's a turning point. Almost always those turning points are created by big institutions or big investors, maybe like Warren Buffett, that have enough money to stop that downward slide and turn it around. The same thing happened if you go back to 2000, the year 2000. You saw the market go down. It bottomed out in about 2003 and went back up to 2000, end of 2007. Then it rolled over and went back down again until 2009. Those are turning points. Those were where the great opportunities lie. And we have a strategy that is designed to identify those turning points with a high degree of accuracy.
Yeah, I'm glad you talk about that, this down market. And we've been talking with a lot of people. I was actually having a conversation the other day with a good friend, and we were just talking about they were very concerned about their 401k, their IRA, because it's been dropping. Sure. They're like, well, I can't afford to let this keep going. And I said, these down markets are fantastic. These are great opportunities. And he said, you know what? I'm glad to hear that because I had no idea that there was opportunities as markets go down. So people are not sleeping. But here's the problem, Alan. I think a lot of people are in this boat. They've been putting this off for a long time. They got so many things going on, so many things like social media that is showing, and it's really. I guess I would probably say it's putting it's getting put on the back burner,
right? Because
things are so out there now. TV, internet, political stuff, whatever that may be. So they feel it's more important than their finances. Well, now it's time to take more action and stop putting it off. Start protecting your portfolio. Start learning the skills and techniques to profit in down markets. That's what we talk about in these investing classes that you and I both teach here at the Academy. We have classes at Online Trading Academy, and these are free classes to introduce you to these techniques and concepts that we're going to continue to talk about here today. So I want to give away some tickets to an investing class. Text right now for 2 tickets. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 tickets for an investing class right here at Online Trading Academy. Coming up next, let's talk about and help people stop putting it off and take action for income strategies in the markets. Make sure to follow the podcast on Investing with Boy, I just screwed up once in a while, don't I? This is live stuff.
First time I've heard it, Josh.
Yeah, follow the podcast on YouTube. We'll try it one more time. Follow the podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.